And now I want to call up Clint McCullough, father, brother, husband, friend, and newly ordained elder, who's going to tell us a little bit about what the Lord has been doing in his life lately. You may be seated.
Well, good morning. Although I am a newly elder, Howard Tull asked that I continue to sit up in the balcony in the Ole Miss section of the balcony. Nosebleed. Despite what you think, it's actually real nice. They have real colored Bibles with small words, crayons, colored pencils. It's really great. But I digress. It is a privilege and a high honor for me to serve this church. Something that I would describe as giving me a tangible hope in a world that has very little over the past 20 years. I came to the Lord through an FCA golf camp in the 7th grade, the summer after my aunt died. And right after that summer, it was as if God kind of picked me up and dropped me into a Bible study on Tuesday mornings that met off of Segan Lane at 6:30, led by a collegiate youth director or youth leader here at First Pres. And those Tuesday mornings quickly became Sunday evenings. Sunday evenings became ski trips and mission trips with leaders like Brett Sides, Brian Evans, Steve Eagleton, men who encouraged me in my faith, sowed seeds of discipleship, and really kept me along the way. Men that I looked up to then, men who still encourage me and looked up to me now. Well, those relationships carried me through onto that godforsaken place, Ole Miss, where I got plugged into Campus Crusade for Christ, was really growing in my faith there, and kind of life had a nice little trajectory for me up until, though, midway between my sophomore and junior year, my dad died of glioblastoma, brain cancer. To date, that was probably one of the worst events I've ever had to walk through as a young man. But like every storm, there's a rainbow that appears, and God showed me that rainbow. It's been 16 years, but He showed me that it was also one of the best things that ever happened to me. And one of those things was this church, this body. It brought to my family love, sympathy, and comfort in a way it's very tough to describe. For instance, Dad's longtime oncologist was Dr. Frederick Billings. He serves here. Men like Russ Stevenson, Mac McCoy reached out to my brother when he was in need. Folks like Richard Carter, Julius Mullins, John McClellan. I'm seeing Chat Klein, Peter, Barry Phillips. These guys reached out to me and to my brother. I see Diana O'Leary and Miss Kathy. They really reached out to my sister. List goes on and on. Joe Jubin, Chris Kirkpatrick really reached out to my mom, who at 46 years old had to figure out how to keep her kids in school, maintain their finances, and just kind of maintain her joy in spite of all that sorrow. Well, that comfort that I speak of, the Apostle Paul speaks of it in his second letter to the Corinthian church. It says, "Praise be to God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion, the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God." And I wanted to point out to you again, it says, in any trouble with comfort that we receive from God. You may have showed up today in trouble. Your kids may be in trouble. Grandkids may be in trouble. You need to know that as an elder, there's nothing that you've gone through that we cannot come alongside you and serve with you. Death, disease, divorce, addiction, sufferings, challenges, parenting. It doesn't matter. You need to know that this church can bring God's comfort to you because it continues to bring comfort to me to this day. So for your visiting, for those of you who have been here 70 years, know that God's comfort is here. He's at work through our members, our deacons, elders, yes, even elders who have graduated from Ole Miss. So, thank you.
Thanks, Clint.